Hello friends. So in this video today we are going to see the demonstration for communication between two unrelated processes using named pipes. So here we can take first in first out as a named pipe over here. Okay. So here we can take two unrelated processes as your write process and read process. You can just see here. This is your write process and you can see this. This will be our read process. Okay. So what we are trying to do over here is in the write process, we are trying to write some information which can be read by your another process. One process is writing some information, the another process is reading the same information. Okay. See, when the two processes are communicating with each other, so definitely whenever one process tries to communicate, we need a buffer. We need a buffer to store the information whichever is written by one process. And whenever the other process which is trying to read it, so it will be reading from that buffer, right? So here, the named pipe, that is what the first in first out what we are using over here, it acts something as a buffer over here, right? So that is what we are trying to demonstrate in this program. So here we have to create two different, what you can say, files. So one file is having your read process, the another file is having a write process. Okay, so as you can see over here, right? So as you can see this in the write process, we are trying to open a file. Okay, and here this is the array what we have used to store what you can say the message, whatever we are typing. That means whatever the content we are trying to write it to the buffer over there, or else your named file over there. Okay, and we are opening this file with only write only mode, right? So whenever this file opens successfully, that is apart from -1, you know that -1 is when uh, it will be when we are opening the file, if there is any error, that is when the status of the file will be declared as -1. If not -1, definitely it has opened successfully over there, right? So what is the message sent? We are trying to print it over here. Okay. So what happens in your read file? It will be reading the content. That is, this file is opened only through the read-only mode, and you can see over there, this is opening and connected to the buffer that is file name. Okay, this is your buffer name what we have created. Or else we can say this is a pipe acting, or else this is a named pipe which is between your read process and write process. Your write process writes some information which will be stored in this named pipe, and from where the read process will be reading that content. Okay, so here you can see this, the message received is from this buffer. Okay, so that means this is a simple demonstration for your write process and read process, considering both as a two unrelated process. They are communicating with each other. Okay? Give me a second. They are trying to communicate with each other using this named buffer over there. Okay, so quickly we will just try to execute this. Make sure that the execution process over here. Okay, see the execution process. You have to open two terminals over here, right? I have opened here two terminals. You can see this is terminal number one and terminal number two. So let me just first initially compile this. Okay. So this is how you will be compiling it, right? So GCC ISO read lab 8b dot c. Lab 8b that I have considered it for a read process, and lab 8a we have considered it for write process. Okay, so we compile it. Don't compile it directly GCC lab 8 dot c because it will create only one object file. Then it will not work properly. Okay, so here we have to create two different object files, and we have to connect those two different object files. So that is why you create it in this fashion, right? So here we have compiled the read, and let me compile the write over here. Okay. Let me just write. So initially we have compiled both read and write. So now quickly run first the write file, where we are running file. You can see here. Okay, I have just run the write file and it is asking for enter a message to send. Okay, before that, before typing the enter the message to be sent, try to run your read file. Okay, so here you will read the file, and the read file now it has been executed and it is waiting for a message what is to be sent by that. Okay, so here if I write, okay, so you can just see that immediately when I write here and send it, we can see that in the another terminal we have received it. That means read process has been read that message successfully. Okay, so this is how in a simple way we can demonstrate that two processes are communicating with each other using the named pipes. Okay, that is here pipe what we are using is the first in first out pipe. Okay, so this is a simple demonstration for the lab experiment number 8. Okay, okay, that's it for this lab. 8. Thank you very much.